Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. If you hear any background noise, I'm currently making rice, so that is what that kind of like boiling sound would be. Anyway, as you guys can obviously tell by the title, I got global entry and I am so freaking excited. The process was so smooth and God was on my side throughout this whole thing because it was a very rapid process. So I'll just kind of start really quickly at what global entry is, because I want to keep this video as short as possible. I hate people make like 30-minute long videos and I'm like, I have to skip through this whole video to get 30 seconds worth of information. So global entry is a customs and border protection program that allows you to essentially kind of skip going through customs the traditional way when you come back from out of the country, so you would not have to kind of wait in line and go through all the typical processes. You just get to go through a kiosk, quick, easy, done. And then it also comes with TSA pre-check, so you apply online. It costs $100, and then you would kind of fill out the information. They ask a bunch of questions to do a background check, like where did you live 5 years ago, where do you work, all this information. They do a background check, and then you get what's called like a pre-approval, so like a conditional approval. So like you're approved, but you still have to go through the interview process. And sometimes I know people, or I've been seeing people on TikTok and stuff, who've been waiting 6 months for a conditional approval, which is insane, respectfully. I applied on Monday. My sister and I did. We applied because we're going out of the country in January, so we're like, we want to get this now. We applied on Monday, and then we got our conditional approval on Wednesday, and then we didn't really have any locations for interviews available at our airport, so we're going to try to like fly somewhere. We're going to fly to Colorado or something that was available to get our interview done. And so we were looking, and what day was that? So we applied the 14th of November. We got our approval that Wednesday on the 16th. And then we were able to schedule an appointment on the 20th because we were kind of scounging around trying to figure out some place, and we were like, okay, are we gonna have to fly to Miami? Are we gonna have to fly to Colorado in order to get this? Because when it comes to global entry interviews, the moment one is available, it is gone. It is snatched up. You have probably at best 5 minutes to select that interview and get enrolled in it, because they go so fast. There's literally like a whole Twitter account that's just dedicated to letting you know when there's a global entry appointment available. There's apps that send out alerts. I did not use any of those. We just looked. We kind of searched by like soonest available appointment or soonest available interview, and we saw some places and we were like, nah. So on Sunday, I sat on my couch and I was like, I'm just gonna go through day by day by day to see what options are available. And I clicked because it was saying Las Vegas, like no appointments until like 2023 towards the end. I was like, okay, well, dang. So what I did was I sat on my couch and I was like, I'm just gonna go day by day by day by day, every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like, and just see what's available. And then if we have to fly somewhere, we can. But if you just never know. So I went and I was like, all right, I think the soonest that I could start looking was like December 1st or something. So that was a Thursday. Today is currently December 4th. So that Thursday, I was scrolling through to see the appointments. I flipped it again, December 2nd, going through all those appointments. Then I went to December 3rd, and it literally had a full day of appointments for the Las Vegas location. And I was like, oh my God. So I called my sister because I wasn't with her, obviously. And I was like, we can get appointments for next week if we go right now and book them online, because we already have plans for Saturday. We had a tea that was at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we hosted a girls' night at my house at 6. So we were like, we will figure it out to be able to get in. So we ended up getting appointments at 9:45 and hers was 10:15. So we were able to book them. If you want to change your appointment, you have to like submit a reason why. I don't really know why you have to do that, but you do. Sorry guys, my rice was done, so I had to go take it off the eye. Anyway, so we were able to book those appointments. So we booked those on the 20th of November, and then we had our appointments the next week on that Saturday, December 3rd. And in a 2-week span, we were able to apply, get conditional approval, and then get our interview and our full approval. So what I'm going to talk a little bit more about is the actual interview process, because I had it yesterday. And my mom already told us, you're like, it's pretty easy, and I watched some videos about it on TikTok. It is so easy. Like, essentially, because they've already done the background check, you're just going in to take your fingerprints and to get your photo taken. I'm going to be honest with you guys. They are black. We don't get our cards until like 3 weeks from now. But it is a black and white photo, so it's not going to look that great. But wear a light colored shirt. It helps. Just trust me, because they're already kind of a crappy quality picture. They took it on a Logitech webcam. Like, we are in 2022. Anyway, and so immediately, like, once you get your approval, if something happens, I'm assuming they can deny you. Sorry friends, I didn't realize that my memory card got full and it had stopped recording. But anyway, I was just saying that I'm assuming that if something were to come up in your interview, that they can deny you, but I'm just not sure what something like that would be. Because once your interview is done and they do your fingerprints and take your photo, you are approved. I got my approval email about 30 minutes or so, between 30 minutes and an hour to an hour after my interview was all set. And I did have a couple of questions. It was a super fast interview. My sister's took 5 minutes. Mine took 10 minutes, and that's just because I asked him some questions. And some of my questions were, once my name is legally changed, what do I do? And that's and he was like, so once you change your name, just come back next year or whenever you do it, whenever you guys would change your name. Like, this is referring to if you get married or you do a name change for whatever reason. You have to change your passport first. So you would change your passport, then you would come to the global entry office or wherever your location is at, and you do not need an interview for that. You would just come in, you would just say, hey, I got married, I want to update all of my information, and then you would bring in your new passport. You would kind of go through the motions of changing your address if there is a change of address, and then it is completely free to do a name change. So as long as you've updated your passport, you just put, take the new one there. Hey, I've changed my last name, I got married. Here's, my updated passport and ID. I know that a lot of people choose to keep their same passport after they get married, even if they do change their name. So you can do that. You would just have to book any of your international flights with your maiden name or your original name, and that's how you would just fly. But once your passport expires, you would have to get it updated to your new legal name. And that was just kind of like never gonna be my plan, because my passport photo is terrible and I want a new one as soon as possible. So I was like, as soon as the ink is dry, I'm gonna change my name and get this new passport. So that is one question. And I was like, if I lose my global entry card, do I have to report it stolen like you would a typical passport? The answer to that is no, because of how the card works, what it is, your picture and everything on it. If someone were to try to use it at customs, it would just not work. It would be a big X to let them know, like, this is not the person. It doesn't work, whatever. So you would just have to get a replacement card. That is $25. It is highly encouraged that you don't lose your card, of course. But if you do, it is $25 to replace it, unless you're getting it because a new one because you've changed your name, then that is free. So another question is that, do I have to take this card with me every single time I travel? Yes, but also no. If you are traveling internationally, you will need to take your card with you, but make sure that you are safe with it. You would not want to lose it somewhere. like a foreign country according to the border patrol officer. And then if you are traveling domestic, you would not need to take it with you. A perk of the global entry is that it also comes with TSA pre-check. So I don't know if you've ever traveled and you got like a flight and it asked for a known traveler number. So in there you would put in your new global entry number. It could start with like a 996231 or whatever. And you would put it on there. It would be on your card, but it would also be on the Trusted Traveler Program website. And you could get it on there. And then you would just put it in your known traveler number, and then you are guaranteed pre-check for all of your flights. So with TSA pre-check, you can bring your kids who are 12 and under, but with the global entry, each child newborn up would need their own global entry. You cannot take them through customs and immigration on your global entry. You would have to stick to the traditional customs line. So that is kind of one downside that sucks a little bit, but I understand why they do it. But since it does come TSA pre-check, all of your babies and your children 12 and under are more than welcome to skip the security TSA line and just shoot straight to the front right with you. If your husband doesn't have it, then that sucks for him. He gotta wait in line, or your wife. So a couple reasons that people will get it. I know people are like, is it better to get TSA pre-check or to get global entry? If you are someone who never in your life will travel international, and there are people who are like that, then it probably isn't the best for you. It would be a little bit of a waste of money, and you might be better off with TSA pre-check. But if you are someone who is going to travel international at least once within a 5-year span, because global entry, I forgot to say that, it lasts for 5 years. After your 5th year, you would renew it, and then you would have it for another 5 years. If you're planning on traveling at all internationally within that 5-year span, I think it is absolutely worth it, because TSA pre-check is $85, global entry is $100. If you have the extra $15, you probably spend it at McDonald's, you probably spend it on some coffee. You probably don't even know where the extra $15 went. So you might as well just upgrade it and get it to global entry, because not only are you getting the ability to skip customs, you are also getting TSA pre-check plus a plethora of other benefits. I also got it because I would like to have dual citizenship one day. So I'm hoping by having more information and more approval, more status, will just help me in the long run. I don't think that you can have enough certifications to be like, I'm trusted, I have a background check, the government thinks that I'm a low risk person. So that, I think that I covered it all. Global entry is for 5 years. It costs you $100. The moment that you fill out your application is when you pay $100. So that is something to know. People think that, oh, like once I'm approved, I'll have to pay the $100. No, you pay it up front. So if you don't have it at the moment, don't fill out your information. Wait until you have your $100. And then just know that I got extremely lucky. There have been people who are backed out until literally August of 2023. So they're waiting 8 months before they can even get an interview. And there's some people who've been waiting 6 months to get traditional or preconditional approval, even to schedule an interview. So I'm wishing lots of good luck for you guys on your preconditional approval. And if you need any help trying to schedule an interview, I'm willing to try to help the best that I can. If you leave me any comments, I'll try to leave that app information in the link box for you guys to download that app. And also just do what I did, is just go day by day and ask the Lord to help you, because you never know, you could be like me and get from application to full approval within a 2-week span, which is nonsense. I was telling someone, they're like, are you kidding me? It took me over a year to be able to get an interview. And I was like, I guess I just got really lucky.